So, I have no idea if I'm in frame or not. Let's just say that I am. So, you guys want to know why I'm calling my house a haunted mansion? Well, it's not really a mansion. It's a 5 bedroom. To me, it's a mansion. Compared to what I was living in before, you guys have seen my apartment before. To me, it's a mansion. My apartment before was a 1 bedroom apartment, a dining room, a kitchen, and a living room, and a bathroom. It was tiny. Like my whole apartment before this was maybe a quarter size of this house, or a sixth size of this house. Like, this house is almost 3,200 square feet, and I think it's like a quarter of an acre of a lot with that swimming pool in the back. 5 bedrooms. There's this room right here, which is like a den type thing. The room below it, which is a dining room, which is going to be my gym. There's a living room. There's 5 bedrooms, 3 full bathrooms. You guys saw my bedroom. My bedroom is like the size of 3 quarters of my old apartment, maybe even the size of my old apartment. Crazy. So that's why I'm calling this a mansion. Uh, why am I calling it haunted? So it's not really a haunted mansion. It's a mansion. Well, it's not really haunted. Uh, what happened was, and I had this idea in my head because I was really pissed off with the seller, because the seller there's a ton of stuff wrong with this house, or like the HVAC systems, the heat pumps are from 2006, so 16 years old. They generally only last 15 years, so they're on their way out. That's like 8 to 10 grand to replace them because there's two of them. The air handlers, which like pump the air throughout the house, there's two of those. There's no maintenance records on any of them. The hot water heater is like, all the appliances in the house are really old. The dishwasher is really loud, like there's something wrong with it. Refrigerator's old. The pool chlorinator. So the pool chlorinator is, I'm kind of going off topic here, but the pool chlorinator is a $1,200 piece, and it's a saltwater pool. And what it does is it converts the salt into chlorine. So you put salt into the pool, and then the chlorinator converts it into chlorine. That's how saltwater pools work. That thing's $1,200, and there were all these warning lights flashing on it during the inspection and stuff. The seller wouldn't budge on the price, and I paid 45 grand more than this guy bought the house for a year ago. And I know the housing market is crazy and everything like that. I think the housing market's going to crash. I could be wrong. And I tried arguing that, like, this housing market stuff isn't sustainable. Prices aren't going to be this high forever. Uh, it's going to be a crash once the economy picks up and people start going back to work and can't relocate, and all this stuff. Uh, I lost my train of thought. There was something else I wanted to say, but I forgot what it was. But the point being, like, and the real estate agent was really snotty to me. Oh, I was gonna say, like, if the housing market doesn't gonna isn't gonna collapse, it's gonna be propped up by inflation, which more or less may be what realistically is gonna happen. So they're just gonna print so much money to where my house keeps its value, but it'll still be worth. I paid $315,000 for this house. It'll still be worth $315,000, but $315,000 won't be worth $315,000 if you keep printing more money. So I think that's probably the more realistic thing, because whenever markets collapse and whatever, the Federal Reserve and the government always wants to print more money to prop it up, because the government just can't let things fail naturally. They always got to mess with things. So I was really pissed off with the seller, and there were other reasons too. So I wanted to make videos talking about this in like a negative way, and I wanted to make videos of like me being scared in the middle of a video because there was like a haunted ghost, like, oh, what was that? What did I just hear? And there'll be like a boo. I wanted to make like really awesome edited videos like that, and really play off the idea of it being haunted. But I don't know. I'm too lazy to do all that editing and fake bullshit. Uh, what happened was, so to get to the bottom of the line, the bottom of the line, that's not the saying. To get to the point, uh, what happened was, and this is incredibly sad, and there were points where I wasn't sympathetic or empathetic about it because of how I was being treated uh, by the sellers. But what happened was, this guy and his girlfriend bought this house a year ago, and I don't know if it was just him and his girlfriend, and this guy's like late 40s, early 50s, around there. And this girl was a single mother in her 40s, late 30s, 40s, around there too. Uh, so she had like multiple kids, and I'm not going to get into her. Anyway, this guy was like so in love with her. What I think happened is, this guy was just like a loser and just workaholic because no one loved him, or no one would want to be with him. The same way that I get sometimes, so I can relate to that. Uh, and then this girl finally like saw him, and she was looking for a guy with money, and he just wanted a girl, and they got together or whatever. So I also think, so the house was also in this other person's name, which I think is the mother-in-law. So I think she helped buy the house too, or when the girl passed away, she inherited part of the house. That could be a possibility too. I'm not really sure. Uh, I didn't tell this story about how she passed away or whatever, but so she was driving down the highway, and if I like smile or laugh about this, it's not because it's because I still have like a little bit of animosity towards the sellers. So I'm not really taking it as seriously as I should be, because I have like this distaste towards them. But what happened was, uh, so she was driving down the highway, and this car in front of her hit. There were like one or two horses in the on the highway, and the car in front of her hit the horses. So she stopped to help the person that got into an accident with the horses, and this other car came speeding up behind her, and ended up hitting her and killing her. So it's incredibly sad and tragic because, out of the goodness of her own heart, stopping to help someone who was just in an accident, she ends up getting hit by someone else and getting killed. So this guy too, the guy that owned the house, I saw him posting like videos of him on Facebook. Like, he has all these shrines to his ex girlfriend. He moved to a different state, which is another fucked up thing because this girl had children, and he was like the stepfather to these children, but he just like up and left to Texas. So now these kids, I assume, are with the mother-in-law and don't have a father figure in their life or anything like that, and this guy just like up and left them or whatever. uh, but yeah, that's the story behind this house. This couple bought it a year prior, and after she passed away, it's no longer like their house. Like, him just living in this gigantic house by himself with mother-in-law, and his girlfriend's not there. Uh, I'm sure it just had like bad memories for him too. Uh, all right, guys, take care. Good night. I don't know when I'm posting this ever. I'm so behind on videos. Good night. Thank you. Goodbye.